So let's talk about one of the biggest pain points of the Indian culture, getting advice from our elders. Unsolicited, gratuitous. Why? Because, of course, they know better than us younglings. How does that make you feel, listener? I want to hear your story. Here's mine. And yes, I'm going to be the asshole and say this. So, I met a relative recently. He's in his 80s. He's sick. He's a shadow of who he used to be. His voice is now barely a whisper, and his movement is super limited. So, he was trying to talk to me, said a bunch of things, and that I couldn't follow. And then he said this, that he knew his voice didn't have the strength it had before. So he was aware of that, of course. I drew in closer, leaned in, and almost pressed my forehead against his. Um, and I just let him know that I could hear him clearly, and I wanted to make him feel good about himself. So that's when he gave me this feisty little smirk, the first triumph of his ego. And he knew I had lied. He knew I was trying to make him feel good about himself. And of course, he could see through it, given the many life experiences he's had and the many different types of people he's come across. So, anyway, the second time his ego took over was when he interrupted a live update. I was also live. I was giving another relative. So, he castigated me and said that I shouldn't be doing freelance writing gigs at my age, that AI was going to take over writing jobs, and that I needed to stabilize both financially and personally, like people my age. That's it. End of conversation. That was his opinion, right? I couldn't catch all of his words, but I heard him anyway because he had an opinion and he had the right one. Which brings me to this question. What makes our elders think that they're right about everything, that they have the solutions to fix all of our problems, even when their circumstances were very different from our own? And I want to reflect on the ego. Oh, the ego. How it fights to be seen even when the body weakens, even when we can't see our own ego.